Hello and welcome to Know Your Representative, the program that bridges the visible gap between lawmakers and their constituents. I am Dr. Mariah Olashainde. Today on the show, we're going to Rivers West Senatorial District, and that's the Senatorial District of Senator Dr. Mrs. Ipalibo Banigo. She's also the Chairman Senate Committee on Health and also the Vice Chairman Senate Committee on Women Affairs. We'll take a short break and we'll be back soon. Stay with us. The task of the leaders is to get their people from where they are to where they've not been.
The job is simple: to provide effective representation for your people and also be a strong voice.
How do we hold our leaders accountable in the business of lawmaking and representation?
There should be more scholarship for children to be able to go to school.
Faleke is a man of God. He has been doing it. He has been helping people.
And how do the people ensure that their constituency projects are executed to the letter? Do they even know their representatives at the states and national assemblies?
He touched so many lives across the states.
We're ready to go the extra mile just to show Nigerian your constituency projects, both federal, state, and local government level. Know your representative with Mariah Olashainde, bridging the visible gap. Welcome back. And if you're just joining us, the program is still Know Your Representative with Mariah, and my guest is the lawmaker representing Rivers West Senatorial District, and she was the former Deputy Governor of Rivers State. She's a great woman of repute, an intellectual, a medical doctor, a politician, one who has shown exemplary leadership and effective representation in her constituency and across the globe. You're welcome to the program, Ma. And let me congratulate you on the last empowerment program that you had with your constituents. Okay. So we'll take it up from there. Tell us about the relationship between you and your constituents.
Well, my district, Rivers West Senatorial District, is made up of 8 local government areas, a population of about 2.34 million. And I have a structured relationship with them, from the managerial secretarial level to all the 8 local government areas. I have special assistants, and we have a team working down to the grassroots. I listen to them to know where they want interventions. And this particular one came from the same group of people. They said they needed this transportation as a form of community empowerment, as a development initiative, which will provide sustainable impact and enables them to be self-reliant and enables them to share prosperity across them. So that was why I took it up, and by the grace of God, we were able to deliver it to 4 local government areas, 4 out of the 8. So we are still in the process of linking up to get more of those for the other 4 local government areas, which are called the Orashi area. And the community ultramodern markets in the community of Obuama also came out from the request from the Council of Chiefs and the women and the youths. And they said they don't have any marketplace at all. They do their sales maybe in front of their houses, makeshift areas in the center of the community. So they wanted this type of building. So everything about that building was actually designed and brought up by them. So they have about 98 lock-up stores. They have open stores. They have toilet system. They have water system, borehole, and it's close to the water side. So there's also space for more expansion. So I was really happy that they were that involved, and all of them came out for the commissioning. And so we still have, like I said, in the pipeline, other empowerment initiatives, development initiatives, and community empowerments, because our people are very industrious and they are hardworking, and I'd like to give them that space where they can show their innovations and be quite self-reliant.
So how often do you visit? I know you go home regularly, but how often do you visit your people?
Oh, I visit frequently. Each time we have a recess, I'm back home planning with them. And sometimes in between recesses, when a project is ready for commissioning, I'm back home to do the commissioning. Before this one, we had the commissioning of the Otafa Health Center, a comprehensive health center. that community has not had any primary health center, across covering so many of the communities around that local government area, in Abu-Audu local government area. So it was a real game changer for them. And it's not just a comprehensive health center. For the first time, they had a fencing round. They had solar panels. So they have 24 hours light supply using lithium batteries that can last for upwards to 5-7 years. And they have good security light and so on, street lighting as well. And even in my next proposal, because I noticed that traveling down to that place, the roads were so bad. So that is part of my next projects for my constituency projects. I hope to get that road properly tarred for them, and they're very happy about it. So I do frequent visits, I do frequent consultations, and I hear from them through their representatives, the SAs in the 8 local government areas.
Okay, well, let's talk about education.
Right.
What have you done for your people?
Wow, education is very important. For instance, the Degema National College, their staff quarters was derelict completely. Principal and vice principal's quarters, non-existent, it was derelict. So we did a total makeover, total renovation. And actually, when we visited the school and the community, that was their first request. So we've done that and commissioned that. So they have on-site principal and vice principal living in the accommodation that is modern, that has lights, water supply, security. Now, our next move in our constituency project is to provide assembly hall for them, because we notice that that's the other thing that they don't have at all. So that's in our next project, which we hope to do in this 2025, which is rolled over to 2026. Then we had this is in Degema. Then in our Senatorial local government area, we have this King's College of Commerce. It's an old school that has brought out so many people and suddenly just went zero. Nothing was happening there. So we went to, do a total makeover there, renovated it, re-equipped it, modernized the place generally. And they brought back staff there, and the place is now functioning, which had been dead for years. And then in Bonny local government area, we have the Finima Girls School and the Bonny National Grammar School. The schools were there, but there was no single furniture for these children. They were sitting on the floor to study. There was nothing in the staff offices, had nothing to use. So we provided computers, provided modernized desks that they could use, furniture that they could use, and a whole number of them.
And you employed teachers for them?
Yes, we provided 648 iron-framed desks, HDF. 50 teachers' furniture desks and other items to facilitate the running of the school. And then we have had other interventions too across the place. We're planning an ICT center in Ido, which is in Senatorial local government area. And also in Ahoda East, we have as one of our bills a federal vocational center. Aside from that, we have done a lot of skills acquisition so that provides them with skills. There's several skills that we have given. We did maritime and technical training at the Chakim Maritime Academy, which is a top-notch academy for maritime and technical training. We did oil and gas marine services training. I gave them certificates, HSC certificates, starter packs and stipends. And we did electrical and solar installation training for youths across the Orashi region. And we've gone back to see some of them are using this training to do SMEs, and working with them, and even employing other people to work with them. And we had, of course, micro enterprise empowerment for, empowering them with sewing machines, refrigerators, grinding machines. These were targeted to youths and women. So we are looking towards doing many more things. And also, we have a number of students that we sponsor on scholarships. And also when we had the bar exam, we sponsored some of our constituents to be able to complete their bar exams and then be recruited into the law. Yes, so those things are important for us, and we do believe that we are on stream and we'll do much more for them. And also when you come to the side of the health sector, we have been able to renovate and equip.
As a medical doctor yourself,
yes, so it's important to me.
You're passionate.
Yes, after we started with bringing health home, That was a national health insurance, free health insurance for about 8,000 constituents across the 8 LGs. Exactly, we have 6,827 people with cards. And with these cards, they access free health services to the nearest primary health center or comprehensive health center or general hospital. And they have free drugs given to them. So we launched this program and it's still going on across the 8 LGs. But aside from that, we had free medical outreaches to 2 of our communities. And in these medical outreaches, we had surgeries done, eyeglasses were given, dental care was given, eye health care, and free drugs and other interventions. In one of them, we had over 700 beneficiaries and all that. But in these more static areas, we've renovated 5 primary health centers. The ones we've commissioned, Ilelema Primary Health Center in Senatorial local government area, Otafa, that I told you about, Comprehensive Health Center in Abu Audwal local government area, Ishiogono in Boni local government area, Imbiama in Ahoda West local government area, Ochigbo in Ahoda East local government area, and Koroma in Tai local government area. That is the community of our late departed senator. Yeah.
So it's on Quiggy.
Yes, Senator P. That's his community. We have a health center there that was renovated for the people, for the use of the people. So, and health is very key. So in the Committee on Health, there are policies that we are propagating to ensure that we have comprehensive universal health care across. Such as one of the reports that I'm going to take today is the one on increasing the basic healthcare provision fund from 1% to 2% of the consolidated revenue fund. So this fund, the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund, goes directly to health centers across the 774 local government areas to improve their infrastructure, to make sure that things are working there, to provide drugs and for staff evaluations and all that kind of thing. So that is really very important. Part of it also goes to the NHIA because that was one of the things that we did once we came. We made sure that the VGF, the voluntary, the fund that provides funds for those people who cannot afford at all, that for the first time, money was attached to it in the budget. And for that reason, we find that fund was used across, even for people who needed to have repair of their VVFs, who needed repair, people who were indigent, children under 5 years, pregnant women, retirees, pensioners, people who had different type of disabilities. So that fund was never budgeted for, but it had been in the National Health Act. And so for the first time, we've been having budgets attached to it since 2023, 2024 and onwards. So health is very important, and we still have a lot more things that we want to do. For instance, we also have the sugar sweetened beverages tax bill, which was also very widely accepted, although the report is going to come through the Committee on Finance, and the public hearing was very well accepted. Why? Because people want to see that there is a promotion attached to the use of these beverages, a health promotion, that too much of it can cause diabetes, hypertension, coronary heart disease, and so on. So to be able to curtail what people now intake of it. And the other side of it is that the fund that has been paid for tax can be put into a health fund that will now improve primary healthcare services, health promotion activities, and screening services for the populations to improve health generally. So that's why it's a very important one. And also one of the bills that we did was the amendment of the Labour Act for maternity care for women. It's a gender equity bill that says that why should women not be paid when they are on maternity leave, one. And why should they not have 6 months? And that bill also has been, I know that some states have even started implementing it. And
that of the men, I think the men, I think they also want
the men also should look after the women when they are taking care of their babies. And no, we won't give them 6 months so that there won't be problem with labor issues. But at least when the woman is the 6 months that she needs to do full-time breastfeeding.
So the man can do like 2 months or 3 months.
Yes, that she should be supported by the husband in every way possible, and that the place where she works to should be able to give her that support. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. You already ventured into the women before that was my next question.
Right.
So, as the vice and chairman, Women Affairs, the women of your senatorial district, what do they stand to benefit, or what have they benefited?
Good. Thank you very much. One of the things that we have done for them, because advancing women's empowerment is very, very important, because when the woman is that kind of support in her house, it makes a whole lot of difference to the children, to the husband, and others around her. So we have tried to provide agriculture value chains with livestock and stipends, livestock inputs and stipends, and then that has helped quite a lot of women. We did it in the Digima axis. We also did it in the Orashi axis, in Onelga specifically, the training held. And over 300 or more women had this strategic training in modern farming techniques, and with starter packs, like giving them chicks, feed, medication, and so on, and also stipends, which was aimed at boosting food production and promoting self-reliance, and also enhancing their economic empowerment. And also we did financial empowerment to market women directly. We provided that for quite a few of the markets. And also, in conjunction with NILS, we had a 300 women training on political empowerment. We wanted them to understand that they are important in the inclusion of politics and leadership and governance, and that also helped to build their capacity. That was a very good one for them, and we continue to do more of that for them across the district.
Central district.
Yes.
So now, do we now look at infrastructure? You said you're going to facilitate certain roads in somewhere in your area, so it's going to be across your central district?
Yes. There are 3 roads that we are targeting in my constituency projects. One is that one leading to the Otafa Health Center, which comes from the Abua, which is the headquarters of local government. And then the other one is the one that is in Orosikiri. It's a rural community, but they never had roads. So we've done part 1 of that, phase 1, very well accepted. You know, the thing that touched me about that road was that there is a primary school on that route, and the principal, when in his speech, said that, you know, that each time these children come to school, they fall into these potholes, they come out, their uniform is dirty, or somebody has to carry them across and all that. All that was over once that road was ready. So this phase 2 of that, to complete it, is in one of the roads in my constituency project for this 2025. The third one is another road that comes from the Onelga end. We have another road that will also make a lot of difference to that community. Although we did have a number of transformers in that community, but we believe that along with the transformers, we can also, they have quite a few good roads there, but we are going to do an additional one that will help to ensure that the rural communities have access to their farming areas, because it's predominantly farming and fishing, so that access to those places are improved by reason of the construction of those roads. Generally, because of the skills acquisition that has been given to quite a few of them, we find that they get jobs, but also some of them are self-employed, and that's the purpose of it. That's a way of spreading prosperity across. And also based on the Corporate Affairs Commission, wherever we find that there are openings, we make sure we get qualified people from across our districts, and they go for interviews. We had about 10 of them interviewed on NAFDAC. So we're waiting to see the outcome, because I say employ people who are qualified. So I will present those names, and when they get the interviews and they are qualified, they get the jobs. We've also done the same thing in some of the federal institutions, also the medical institutions, the health institutions, where wherever there are vacancies, we get names from the various LGAs, the communities. We send them and their CVs and their particulars, and a few of them have actually been employed, and we hope to see more of them get employed in this season.
So what would you be remembered for? What would you like to be remembered for?
Well, what I would like to be remembered for is transparent leadership, honest, transparent leadership, honest dedication to see a better life for my constituents across board. And I'm passionate about that because I see leadership it as a ministry that I get called into and I'm going to be accountable for. So that is what runs my determination at all times.
At all times. One or two things you want to talk about that we've not mentioned?
Well, I do believe that as we go on further, we're still looking for more and more results and looking for more and more opportunities where we can make life better for our constituents. And so we will encourage such policies that make life better for them, that make life more reasonable for them, and that they feel that they are part of the shared prosperity and they feel the impact of governance on their lives. I look forward to that.
As the Vice Chair for Women Affairs, the reserved seats bill for women,
Yeah.
I'm sure you're rooting for it as well. So what efforts have you made? Or how is the lobbying going? I know a lot of lobbying has to be put in place to ensure that we get the required numbers.
Oh, yes, of course. As part of the committee as well, we've talked to our colleagues, our male colleagues, both in the House of Representatives and in the Senate. And I think that they see with us that the time is ripe for us to have such reserved seats in the National Assembly. And also, of course, in the Houses of Assembly across the state. I just want to draw you back a little to my personal experience in Rivers State. When we came in on board in 2015 and we had a local government election in 2016, we decided as a party that, of course, we had to speak with our other party members and said, look, you know, you send your girls to school, you give them an education, your daughters, your sisters, and then you want them to come and sit at home and sit in the other room. Why don't you think that they are intelligent enough to partake of, to have a say in governance, to have a say in what happens in their country, in their state, in their local government? So we got them to agree that the vice chairman positions in all the local government, 23 local government areas in Rivers State should be reserved for qualified women. And we also got them to agree that at least in every local government area where there may be 17 wards or whatever, at least 1/3 of those wards, the councillors should be qualified female aspirants. And it worked out very well, and it's been repeated, and I see they still holding it. And I see that some other states too did what we started in Rivers State, and it's worked out. And some of those councillors are even leaders in their local government houses of assembly. They are leaders, and all that, and they are deputy speakers and so on. They are all doing well, and they are learning to work well with whoever there is their chairman and all that. So I think that I would like to see, because it's unfortunate if we have some states where the houses of assembly, they don't even have one female representative. I think it's unfortunate. So we need to drive this bill. We need to support it. We need to see it to its and not just talk about it. We need to see it actually implemented. And I'd like to encourage INEC and all the other bodies to see how we can walk around it and make it happen sooner than later.
Thank you very much. So more briefly, just like 2 or 3 minutes, you know, you spoke with us in English, but when you go home, I know you interact with your people in your local dialects.
We have many local dialects.
So which one do you?
My own dialect is called Calabari.
Calabari. So in a few minutes, just tell your people what they should expect from you.
Okay.
1 or 2 things.
Yam napu, arom na bimo. Yere okoningren, Senator Banigo. Yere mi na bere medigdigeri. So I may take na bem, or braswipe bra, o ye me miete, I may tell ye wari me, amien nimi. Na moka dugom na pro arianeti, sak member, obiare me, na bu ibi wari me bi umbo smari. Papa piki kon ma me koriteke, na bi ubelema, tam nom na buma. Amen.
Thank you very much, Ma, for coming on Know Your Representative.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on the program. Thank you for being a part of the program this week. Join me same time next week as I bring another lawmaker who has impacted his or her constituents at the grassroots level. For missed episodes, you can catch up on our YouTube page, Mabase TV. Thank you for watching. I am Dr. Mariah Olasheinde. Goodbye and God bless Nigeria. The task of the leaders is to get their people from where they are to where they've not been.
The job is simple: to provide effective representation for your people and also be a strong voice.
How do we hold our leaders accountable in the business of lawmaking and representation?
There should be more scholarship for children to be able to go to school.
Faleke is a man of God. He has been doing it. He has been helping people.
And how do the people ensure that their constituency projects are executed to the letter? Do they even know their representatives at the states and national assemblies?
He touched so many lives across the states.
We're ready to go the extra mile just to show Nigerian your constituency projects, both federal, state, and local government level. Know your representative with Mariah Olasheinde, bridging the visible gap.